If the Browns are thinking about the Super Bowl, is it fair to say that Baker Mayfield for them is, and in the Super Bowl context, is a liability?
No, I don't think that's fair to say. It's hard to have good quarterback. It's hard to have an average quarterback play. Like, let's not forget, they scored 42 points in that game. I know it wasn't all on the strength of Baker, but that team is pretty well stocked. They're going to be all right. And Baker is not consistent in those clutch moments. I get that, and I understand. That's why Stefanski chose to run right there. And that was a bad decision. But just because he doesn't do it all the time, like no one does it all the time. We are spoiled by Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. We come to expect that these guys have to be able to complete these big plays and these big drives at the end of games. Baker Mayfield is capable of doing it. I would not bet my house that he's going to get it done, but that's okay. This team is stacked. They're going to be fine, and Baker Mayfield is not going to hold them back.
But can they get to the Super Bowl with him not being?
I think, yes, they can. They have a lot of stars and a lot of playmakers on that team. When this team is healthy, they're as talented as anyone is in the league. In the Super Bowl or in the playoffs, you're going to need somebody to make big plays. Yes, it's nice if that guy is the quarterback, but it's not always going to be the quarterback, and they have enough really talented guys that it could be Chubb one week. It could be Myles Garrett getting 2 sack fumbles. Like, there are a lot of other things that can happen, and they only need Baker to make a couple plays here or there and don't turn the ball over.
Nico, I want to get you what you think about this, because Nick just mentioned Rodgers, Mahomes, Brady, but these are the guys we see in the Super Bowl every year. So can they do it without that kind of big play ability, that elite clutch ability from the quarterback position?
No, it doesn't even have to be big plays. So I'm going to say a stat right now. I want you to listen to this stat. The Cleveland Browns are 6 for 29 in completing passes on third down. They're 6 for 29. They're tied for 30th in the NFL for completing a pass on third down, of third and medium to third and 10. So 6 for 29 in the playoffs. If you go into the playoffs, 30th in the NFL at completing and converting third down passes at 6 for 29, that's not going to get you into the Super Bowl. And against the Chargers, they rushed for over 200 yards. Think about that. They rushed for over 200 yards on the ground. When you rush for over 200 yards, your chances of losing are very, very low. So the issue for the Browns is going to be in the playoffs. If they get into the playoffs, they can't convert those third downs at such a low rate and expect to win or get to the Super Bowl. That's just impossible. So Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, those guys convert third and 10s.
Jeff, what do you think?
You know what's so complicated about this to me is, like, when we think of Baker Mayfield, we think of grit and moxie and underdog and all these things that don't really necessarily equate to the big numbers which he's putting up, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But we expect that kind of person to come up in these clutch moments. I look at Baker Mayfield, I'm like, you definitely should be the guy on 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 who's completing that pass. You are that guy. So I guess the one thing I'd like to see more from the Browns, maybe at this point in the season, from a team that we feel like has the potential to be in the playoff mix, is like, let him try to win those games. Trust him. Even if you eventually lose that trust and he fails, give him the opportunity in those situations to either prove that he can sink or swim in big moments. I want to see that. Then I think I'd have more faith when it comes time in the playoffs that Baker Mayfield will, in fact, be that guy.
Nico, I just want to get a quick thought from you on this. Whatever happened to the era of game managers? Remember that era where you could win a Super Bowl with a game manager? Maybe Mayfield can be that, and they can still win it all.
Go play Lamar with a game manager. See how that works out for you. You have to, at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen, because you have quarterbacks now that are so explosive that are running backs that can throw. So when you're playing a guy like Lamar or Patrick Mahomes, they can get out of the pocket, they can hurt you on their feet, then they can look down the field. I mean, look at Josh Allen even. He's hurdling people and running down the field for 30, 40-yard gains and then throwing over the top of the defense. So it's really hard. Your team has to be really, really good. You have to have a great defense, and you have to have a great running game to have a quarterback that manages the game.
Those all-time great quarterbacks are the names you're having. Those guys are erasers. The issues on your team, they're so good, they erase them. Okay, Baker Mayfield is not that. But there are no holes on this Cleveland Browns roster. If the other guys play up to their ability, I think that what Baker does is good enough to get them to where they want to go. But I understand. I would trade Baker Mayfield for Lamar Jackson too. But you can't do that. Baker Mayfield as good as they're going to get in Cleveland, so they better hope that Myles Garrett gets 3 or 4 sacks in the playoff games, and they'll be all right.
All right, well, it's pretty clear to me that all 3 of you guys are off the Baker bandwagon.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.